our show. um, Hi, we're back. I hope everyone had a good holiday and everything, and I know I did. I'm still recovering from my two Thanksgivings, technically. But yeah, we are back. This is the Fabled 42 channel. This is the Crypt Creatures crew, and we do a horror themed homebrew game created by me. And yeah, it's a whole shitload of fun. You can find me at Dusty Wings Illustration on Instagram. Otherwise, if you like that pet animal content, then you can find me on Ekans the BP on Instagram. Otherwise, yeah, everyone go around and introduce yourselves.
Hey everyone, I'm GW, and I am a professional when it comes to audio.
True.
I'm kidding. Anyway, happy that you're that you guys are here. I hope you had a fantastic holiday feasting time, and I want to say thank you, Griffin Co. Griffin Co is our longest time sponsor. You can find them at griffinco.com. They have amazing 3D printed models. They have laser graphing, they have terrain, they have all the things, and they're having specials right now for the holiday season. If you're looking for gaming gifts for your friends, check them out, yo. On your checkout, type in Fabled42 to get 22% off your purchase. Thank you, Griffin Co.
Nice.
Happy holidays!
Love you long.
And after you do that, you should definitely check out our friends at Underground Oracle because they create some badass 5th edition and Cypher system resources for both DMs and players alike. You can find them at undergroundoracle.com or DriveThruRPG. And then, after you've checked them out, you should pay a visit to our friends at Nine Realms Creations because they hand make all of their products from natural wood to create quality, but more importantly, affordable gaming accessories and more. And there's also a promo code for them. It's also Fabled42 to get you 10% off of your next purchase at ninerealmscreations.com.
And who are you? Because you didn't say who you were.
Oh, that's okay. I want to have this air of mystery. If you don't watch this game already, you don't know who I am.
Wow. Suspicious. Okay, well, I'm Mackenzie. I go by Mascot, as you see in the chat currently, and that can be found in Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, any of those things you'll find me on. I play Toddle, he's cute. So I'm here to promote the Critical Dice, which they are doing a Black Friday event right now. I believe it's like 30 to 40% off is what I saw on Instagram. So your dice, you can the main thing is their dice, but they also have some really cool products like I think they have koozies and bags and a bunch of really cool things that all are around the theme of D&D. Highly recommend checking them out. They also have creators that they collaborate with, where you can get their merch. Like one of my favorite D&D creators, Quincy Stavern. They can also get you 20% off if you enter Fabled42 at checkout. So you've got your Black Friday and your Fabled42 discount. You should get in there and get some stuff because I think I should. And then whenever you're done with that, we have a YouTube channel that has all of our archive streams from the Fabled42 channel. Everything past, one-shots, old campaigns, and I believe if I haven't checked the YouTube. Let me see how close we are to hitting that 1,000 follower count, 1,000 subscribers. We have 933 right now. If we hit 1,000, we're going to do a special discount on Fabled42. So definitely go over there if you haven't already. Tell your friends. Have a good time listening to us or any of our past campaigns. We were just talking about how my hair personally has grown throughout the entire campaign that we've been doing this. I now have like shoulder length hair, and before it was like really short. So it's funny. You can see that whole transformation if you go over to the YouTube channel.
Right? There should just be like a time lapse of your hair growing from episode to episode.
Yeah, exactly. It was short and blonde at the beginning, and I was also in a different house, and now it's long and flowy. So
We love that long and flowy. All
long
right.
and flowy.
Well, also don't forget that everyone has the opportunity to help out either me or the team here. If you do sub to us, you can give away a luck or inspiration dice roll for these homies. And yeah, just leave it in the chat and they'll get one of our attention, and they might need it, they might not. We'll see how it goes. But where did we leave off? I'm actually gonna go back, way back, to when they actually appeared at one of the lone islands between the mainland and the peninsula that contains all the mountains where they're headed. It
Strap
was
yourself in.
actually, yes, it was actually Toddle who discovered kind of an eerie pathway, and decided to follow it, to the distress of everyone else on the team. But eventually he did make it through and meet this very kind of almost sunken in, like almost shell of an elven woman who offered a puzzle box to him and beckoned him to open it at some point in his journey. He did decide to take that puzzle box, and we fast forward to now, actually more than 100 years into the future now, where pretty much chaos ensued and they found themselves kind of in a barren ice wasteland, with some leftover members of the ship, and as they're sitting there and recovering, kind of searching their whereabouts and trying to get their standing on where they are and what is around them and who is around them and who is maybe still alive, Toddle did realize that he actually still had this puzzle box in hand and decided to open it. The players surrounding him at the time were Avaran and Calamity, and they were sucked into the puzzle box as well and found themselves, with their bodies switched, so walking in the bodies of their comrades in this kind of endless woods. Everything is really dark. It's just thick of fog, and all of the trees barely have any leaves on them, are dark, almost black, and kind of in a very kind of spaced out, almost perfectly even. And it seems endless. Like their voices are traveling really fast through the air. There doesn't seem to be any wind, any wildlife, anything like that. And they did just find themselves with the help of Avaran's falcon. And that's where we left off. What do y'all do?
I think currently Calamity, who was in Toddle's body, is just kind of like in the fetal position, like, this isn't good. This isn't good. This seems bad. This seems wrong. Do you guys feel weird? I feel weird. Do you guys feel weird?
Yeah, it's really weird being in this small but furry body.
So Toddle's gonna think he's saying what he's saying, but it's gonna come out kind of like gibberish because he doesn't quite have Avaran's accent. He's gonna be talking really fast. He's gonna be like, I've been kind of tall before, but it's just like words kind of slurring on each other. You can kind of make out what he's saying is like, oh yeah, I've done experiments that have been this tall before, but he's still trying to. There. Yeah, like he's still trying to like. I guess like his soul is matching with his with the accent of the character of Avaran, and he's just like, so should we go over that? What way are we going? It's all door. Should we go?
I like stop shaking for a second, and I look over at Avaran. I'm so confused. Avaran, or Avaran's body. I'm just like, you seem like you're having a really rough time over there. I'm gonna like stand up, and like all the bobblers are gonna be like shaking and clanking. And I'm like, ugh. Why are you so heavy? Are you normally this heavy?
Do you have issues with it being that or empty?
I should probably stop asking you questions now. Okay.
It seems like you're nothing to me, or.
I'm gonna walk over to my body, And I think I'm only like I think Tuttle is only like a couple of inches taller than me. I forget. I definitely know that Tuttle's taller. I'm gonna look down. Wow. Even in Tuttle's body, I look small. I'm gonna poke myself in the eye.
Ow! What are you doing?
Sorry, I couldn't help it. This is so weird. I look kind of cute from this angle. I'm gonna like just start. I'm gonna start pitching my cheeks.
Stop! Oh, you're telling me this is weird? I mean, I'm not used to not wearing pants.
Pants, right? And I kind of start like pulling like at my like pant crotch area that Tuttle's pants. This is
pants.
This is so constricting.
I don't remember if Tuttle has pants or not. Anyway,
I think Tuttle does wear pants.
I don't remember.
Tuttle has pants.
You can't pull it off like I can pull it off.
Just like robes. Anyway, you two are small, very small. You two are small. Small. Y'all are small. Y'all are small.
That's our title of our video.
Y'all are small.
Nice.
Y'all are small. Okay. Not helping. I can work with this. Where are we going?
I was hoping you would know.
Okay.
I mean, this is your puzzle box, right?
I'm gonna
I knew this was a bad idea. I knew this was a bad idea. I knew that. And I just slowly start like going back to the ground and fetal position. I knew this was a bad idea.
I go to take a step towards Calamity / Toddle to go comfort him, and I accidentally jump right over him because I don't know how to walk in a rabbit body.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll notice in a Haragon body, you're really agile. So like, if you just have an instinct of like stepping to the side, it might take you a lot further than you anticipated. Your leg muscles are really strong.
That was cool.
Cool. This is fun. I think I have one. I would assume just being as a cartographer, that I have a compass. I think in the camping I had gotten a compass somewhere. So I'm gonna walk over to Calamity / Tuttle and pick. I can pick him up. Like I obviously know how much I weigh, so I'm gonna pick him up.
You're a full-on ripped paladin, man.
Oh,
you can
yeah.
absolutely pick them up.
Yo.
I'm gonna pick up Tuttle, Calamity / Tuttle, and I'm going to grab into like a place in his robe.
Oh, hey, easy.
I'm finding something. Don't worry, and I'm gonna pull it out, and it's gonna be my compass. Okay.
Do you put me down?
Yeah, you are placed back down.
Thank you.
If you look at the compass, it's gonna just be spinning,
Yeah,
and it won't land anywhere.
Okay.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, we are in nowhere.
What do you mean we're in nowhere?
We're in nowhere. There's nothing on this compass right now. My maps are not gonna work. We can't walk anywhere. So can I just like stomp on the ground and see what kind of texture is? Do I need to do like any checks to just like kind of see what we're standing on currently and feel the gravity of this area?
DM.
Oh, sorry.
How many cups of wine have you had so far?
I know. I was reading my notes. I'm sorry. What was the question? I am preparing.
Avaran is going to stomp on the ground and kind of just like feel I want to kind of sense out the gravity. I essentially want to do get an area of like what the ground is like that we're standing on and feel if we're in like a presence where gravity is like thicker or thinner, because that can kind of determine.
Roll for investigation.
Okay.
Let's.
My investigation is shit. Oh, you're Everett.
But I rolled a dirty 20.
Hey!
Nice. love that
Love
for
that.
you.
Love
Nice.
that. Avram,
Yeah,
look!
I mean, you see pretty much, I mean, it's pretty much the same. The air is a little bit thicker, not
Okay.
probably due to the fog. As far as you're concerned, you don't know where this fog is coming from.
Okay.
You can't really see any sort of sky above you. It seems to all just be almost a pale white. The ground itself is full of leaves. It looks like they're all dead leaves, though. You do find out in your own body that you are also very strong. You are carrying a lot of items too, but you're used to actually carrying a lot more. So Avrian's actually packing it pretty light, so you are finding yourself a little bit more agile than you're used to.
Nice.
Otherwise, with a 20 though, you do hear something in the distance about 100 feet from you, behind you.
Okay, something's coming.
What?
I'm gonna. Hold on, I need to read my inventory.
Where? Where?
Do I not have a? I want to make you guys invisible. Hold on. If I can't find a potion that'll make us, yeah, I don't have any potions for invisibility. Okay, so I'm gonna be instructing Toddle how to perform invisibility spells, aka Calamity.
Okay. Okay. So how do I do it?
Okay, so for this,
How's this
you're gonna
work?
want to take that item and
Okay.
that item, and
Yeah.
you smash them together at the same time, and you're gonna just blow it in all our directions so that we become invisible.
Okay.
That sounds really dangerous. That sounds really dangerous. I'm not good
It
with
works.
sharp
You
things.
just don't tempt the master. I know what I'm doing
Don't
here.
tempt it. I should just. Oh, okay. Ah! Psh!
And now spread it. I want it to get all of us. I want to get all.
And I blow it on everyone.
Damn, are we invisible?
How is this the actual invisibility spell?
This is like Toddle's rendition of casting invisibility. Yeah.
Okay.
What does the power look like when Calamity does that? That's a question for Mackenzie.
What does it look like when Calamity does it?
Yeah,
As opposed to me doing
uses your spell. What does it look like?
So for me, I just crush it instantaneously. Like, it's just something I have already memorized. Crush it instantaneously, and then it makes me invisible.
Okay.
It's it's potion stuff. For him, since he's casting it over like him casting invisibility 3 times, it's gonna be over 3 people.
Okay.
So
Well,
I think Calamity makes a mistake. I make a mistake. And I only cast it on Calamity and Avaran.
Not yourself.
But not myself. I can when I upcast it, I can only target an additional person. So I am still visible. But those two are invisible.
okay. Fair enough.
Great! Okay. You didn't get invisible. This is not great. Okay, then I need to find a way to make you invisible.
I think it
or
worked.
We're gonna have to fight.
I can't see you. I think it worked.
Can't,
Wow, I did
can't
it!
you just do it again?
Why? What do you mean?
Well, it didn't work on you.
What? and I scream. Do I happen to
There's something nearby.
Do I happen to see or hear the
you-
creature?
Did you scream?
I did.
Make a dex save.
Oh
Ah, fuck.
shit!
Don't kill my boy! Okay.
Natural 20!
Oh
yeah.
shit!
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
shit! All right, there's a giant, like, circular saw that comes rushing in through the forest. It does dodge all the trees, and it comes in pretty quiet, actually.
Mhm.
But it goes through and slices between you and, I'll say, Avran, or your body. Doesn't hit either of you, and it does miss, but it it creates like a 2-foot crevice in the earth where it came from. And everybody roll for initiative.
Oh shit!
Oh shit.
I'm gonna use my same orange toddle die.
Yay! Thank you.
Let's see. If
Save
we
my
can,
boy.
we'll see.
I'm pretty sure Calamity has good initiative.
I typically do.
Oh yeah, shit, +7.
Yeah, that's me.
And I rolled a 19, so that's a 26.
Woo!
Damn.
How's it feel?
God.
How does it feel?
Feels good because Avaran has terrible initiative.
I ha-
16? 13?
13? Okay.
I rolled a total of 8. No, 4. 4. Sorry, 4.
Okay.
I don't know why I doubled that.
Cool. I'm just gonna write y'all's actual names to make it easier.
Yeah. Honestly,
All right.
smart.
Okay, Chris, you're actually up first.
What do I do? All right.
Oh, we have a wait. Never mind. Nothing. That was from last game.
Okay. First off, do I see what we're fighting here?
You can look for it.
I'm gonna look for it.
Okay,
I
because
have good
it's hard
insight.
to see through the
Probably,
fog,
I don't know.
but you can do an investigation.
All right.
Or not insight, perception.
Investigation. Total of 19.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you see you see a shadow, it's approaching. It's moving very slowly. It looks like it's only like maybe 70 feet far from you now. It seems to be walking steadily towards you. It's really tall, a humanoid figure. You can kind of see kind of a shadow or something in the fog. But as far as what it is in particular, it's pretty hard to make out. You can tell though by the saw that headed your way, it looks like it's some sort of spell because the saw is nowhere to be found. It looks like it disappeared after it tried to land on the both of you.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of instinctually bombard it with everything I can. And so, without realizing I'm doing it, just almost like Calamity's body is doing it out of reflex, I'm going to cast 1 sorcery point.
Okay.
And I'm going to twin spell. I think I can twin spell Firebolt.
Nice.
Ooh.
All right. Roll to hit.
I will roll to hit. All right, 1 second.
Ooh, how fun.
Twice, so for both firebolts.
Okay. 19.
19 hits.
Okay. 13.
And 13 does not hit.
Balls. All right. Well, one of them hits. So let's go for that one.
If you, never mind.
Can't say anything.
I know.
Ah!
This is hard time.
And see, I
No
told you,
help.
GW, I didn't want to know too much about the character because it didn't fit the situation. He tried to tell me.
Right.
Yeah, don't. You can talk to each other, but like you can't do like you can use this.
All right. So this firebolt does a whopping 10 damage.
10, better than nothing.
That's true.
How many dice did you roll on that?
3
Okay.
D10.
Okay.
I just didn't get very good rolls on 2 of them.
Okay. Okay, does that end your turn?
It doesn't actually. Let's see. I'm gonna use my bonus action to hex it,
Nice. Okay.
which.
Let me see.
All right. Does that cast damage on it? Can I ask GW this, that if it actually damages it, or if it's like Hunter's Mark, where it's like it damages it on a successful attack?
It's like Hunter's Mark.
Hunter's
It's like Hunter's Mark.
Mhm.
All right,
Yeah.
fuck, I should have done that first.
Yeah, you know.
Well, you know what? It'll be good for next time.
It will!
All right.
Hey, you've never been a rabbit before. It's fine. You're doing fine.
It's true.
You're
Doing great.
You're doing fantastic.
All right, next up. Or are you gonna move or not?
You said it's 70 feet from me?
70 feet, yeah.
I'm staying right where I'm at then.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Kenzie.
Okay, so I'm gonna yell over because both me and technically what is Calamity are invisible, but Toddle is not invisible. So I'm gonna yell out to Calamity / Toddle that I have 4 potions that he can use that can benefit him in this situation that are in my. I don't know if I have them in my inventory for D&D Beyond, but I have them on my just handwritten paper. I have one that's of heroism, which ups your HP. I think it's temporary temporary, and you get the bless spell. I have a boldness, which adds a D4 for a minute. I have swiftness, which moves your walking speed plus 10 feet and for an hour. And then I have a transformation for 10 minutes. So okay. I'm gonna yell those out to him and be like, hey yo, I got potions, use them please. Since you're not invisible, if you need.
I will say that is a bonus action. So if you wanted to use an action too, you can.
Cool. Alright, and then as an action. Where am I in relation to this creature?
It's approaching, so I would say like it's about 5 feet closer, so 65 feet away.
Okay, so nothing. I can't do anything with melees, so I guess I'll just do a firebolt. Since that's the only spell I kind of know, unless I do Misty Step over. Yeah, I guess. Yes.
Nothing.
Is there something else I should do?
I don't know. You're doing great.
Okay.
GLW.
Okay, I am gonna do firebolt in the general direction of approaching object. Let me see if I get it. 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Yay! Okay.
Awesome. Let me have it.
17.
Points of damage?
Yes.
Jesus. Okay.
Yes.
Let's see.
And this is gonna look awkward because Tuttle has a fire spell, but it's not firebolt, it's fire sphere. So he's gonna summon it like he's gonna know how to like conjure up some amount of fire, but it's gonna be kind of like chaotic, which is how I kind of picture Thunderbolt. So it's gonna like he's gonna instead of it coming out like Rasengan style, like fire sphere, it's gonna come out like and I'm gonna be like, okay, well that happened.
Love it. Okay. All right, let's see. And that ends your turn.
Yes.
Once Avaran finishes his attack, he is now visible.
Okay.
Yes, I did write that down.
Okay.
So actually, he is. Avaran is in you.
Avaran as in Mackenzie.
Mackenzie. Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry, this is confusing for me too. Actually, the attack he's gonna make is gonna be on Mackenzie here. Go ahead and make a wisdom save, please.
Okay. 18.
Shit. Okay.
Everyone's kind of beast.
Yeah, dude.
Beast
Okay.
mode.
Oh fuck, it doesn't work. So we're gonna try Plan B here. He is actually going to use dash. So all three of you are gonna see this. It's gonna his kind of dark phase, kind of shadow in the fog is gonna disappear for just a moment, and the fog is going to just part. And you're gonna have a very clear view just all the way through the forest, and you do notice it is so endless. It goes on. You can't see anything other than trees and white. But for the moment, the fog parts and sort of billows over everyone, kind of rises for a bit, but by the time it settles, he's gonna be somewhere, you don't know where. He's not totally visible right now. But that's gonna end his turn. So, GW, you're up next.
Okay. Let's see. I am gonna start just like okay. Digging through the mini pockets that I have and all these different like baubles and things. I'm gonna pick one like oh I know this one. Okay. And right before I take this, I am going to take out this contraption, and it's hard for me to describe. It's very it's kind of mechanical, smooth in some parts, rough in others, but it has like a very interesting design to it that I, with my calamity brain, cannot describe. It's very kind of alien to me, but I've seen Tuttle use this a million times, and like the tip starts to glow like a sickly green. Okay. And as I ready this weapon to shoot this ray of sickness, with my bonus action, I'm going to pop Tuttle's potion, experimental elixir, and I'm going to down the swiftness one so I can be faster. Because I know how slow Tuttle is, and I just can't be that slow right now. I want to be as fast as I possibly can. So I'm going to down this like light blue elixir. That's like my body count's like speeds up a little bit, and I am going to hold this ray of sickness shot for the second I see this creature, and I also have to roll 2d4 plus something because I get temporary HP from that elixir.
Yeah.
So I get 8 temporary HP, and I am going to. I clearly cannot see where this person has gone, but I'm gonna like back up from where I last saw them attacking Tuttle. I'm just gonna like back up maybe about 15 feet with this like almost gun-like ray thing, and that's
you
it.
do notice the elixir is starting to kind of sink into your bloodstream. Your eyes are gonna vibrate in your head a little bit before it starts to focus. Your body's gonna get really hot, and you are gonna feel like a surge in energy. Your heart palpitates a little bit, but then over time it does settle down, and you notice like even if you move your hand in front of you, it's like almost a mirage, like it's just going so quick.
Whoa.
So that ends your turn. Chris, you're up next.
I'm going to try to detect this creature again.
Okay. How you gonna do that? You just gonna look around?
Yes, looking around.
Okay, do a perception check for me, actually.
Ooh, I will. 8.
8. Well, I'll give you this. You do notice from the direction of the fog sort of dissipated in your area too. So there's a chance that he's somewhere behind the group.
Okay. Where am I in relation to the group? Are my comrades in between me and where I think this thing is?
I would say you and GW are like there, and then Toddle's kind of a little bit ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be behind you and GW.
Gotcha. So if I were to just turn around, there wouldn't be anything in my way?
Nope, just trees and fog.
Okay. Then I am going to take a big swing at this thing, or as big a swing as I can. I'm going to use Rowlethim's Psychic Lance.
Oh shit. Nice.
Which does 7d6 psychic damage.
Oh shit.
I believe so. I mean, based on the name. Alright. And I guess it'll have to make an intelligence saving throw if it hits.
Okay. Let me roll that.
Actually, yeah, I don't even have to roll for it. It's just if it makes the save or not.
Intelligence roll was 24.
Holy shit. Yeah, you definitely beat that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it dissipates without effect. So there's my action done. Hold on, I saw something.
Dang.
I'm not entirely sure, Chris, but I think that if they save, they still take half damage. But check me on that.
It said something about it dissipating with no effect.
Gotcha.
Let's see, double checking. If the
Wait, no, it says successful save. Creature takes half as much damage, but
oh
isn't
shit, you're right.
incapacitated.
Okay, I was looking at the previous paragraph, whether they were in range or not. See, should always read more carefully. All right, so I will roll 7d6 and cut that in half. All right. So 12 damage.
All right. Shit. Okay. Is that in your turn?
No, actually, because then I'm gonna add my normal hex d6,
Oh yeah, that's right.
and so you take another
Necrotic.
5.
5 HP of necrotic. Sweet.
And then let's see. So that was just some effect I already had going. So let me check real quick if I have any cool bonusy actions that I can use right now. Actions. Nope, I don't think so.
Okay. All right, Kenzie.
Hello. Okay, so, question: can I
Yes.
do action surge and smite at the same time, or is that like just too much?
Action surge. You can. 'Cause
Action
surge is a
surge-
bonus action, isn't it?
And smite at the same time.
Well, so smite is just something. If you successfully hit an attack, you can then, excuse me, you can use a spell slot to smite something.
Yes. So smite is an action technically.
Well, the attack is the action.
The
You
attack
just
is the
get
action.
smite if it hits.
But you can try an action surge first, and yeah, you can use it at the same time. I'll say yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I don't
take.
think. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm gonna do a melee attack. I'm gonna take the crazy snake sword, and I wanna try to hit this thing. I wanna try to be badass, and this is probably like, okay, I haven't done this in a while. He's like cracking his neck, getting all loaded, getting ready to go, and he like feels like you said he feels super light, so he's just gonna freaking run over to him. I don't know how close this being is though.
You can't
It's-
see him, but you can make a guesstimate.
Oh. Then I'm not gonna run. I'm gonna just sit there and be like, okay, time to whip out the sword skills and start like doing fancy things in the direction of where the ray of sick. Like I know the ray of sickness was just like shooting randomly.
Okay, and it does have a pretty long reach. So, are you gonna stay where you are? Or are you gonna step?
I'm gonna step closer towards the direction that we that I did the firebolt at.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Okay. Go snake sword. Ah, that one. But it's an 8. It's an 8. Yeah.
Fails.
Yeah, that's not gonna win.
You tried to look so cool though. You tried to look so cool.
You know, this all actually kind of makes sense. Toddle's gonna like totally fumble using this sword because he ain't no swordsman. This man is like a ranged fighter at most, and like anything melee is just not gonna. He's just like, nah, this ain't my thing. So he's like doing this, flipping this, and he just looks like a freaking doofus.
You
And
did.
it's like, yeah.
You
Good.
did clear a couple of the trees, so they slowly kind of just topple over, and the sound
Okay.
just like carries out throughout this whole place.
Now I'm just gonna sit here and just look at my two, what? My
Homies.
two other friends and just like, well, I tried. I don't know what was expected of me.
Does that end your turn?
I think I don't really know what else would be a fun thing to do at this time, to my knowledge. So I think that might end my turn.
And at that, let's see. GW, go ahead and make a wisdom save. Please.
Wait, do I see this guy? Does this guy step out to do what he's doing?
No,
Ah! Okay. All right.
not yet.
Wisdom saving throw. Wisdom saving throw. Here we go. with Toddle's brain. Okay, that ain't bad. Wisdom. Total of 18 wisdom save.
Ooh. Wisdom save
Toddle
succeeds.
do be getting those wins. He's
Woo!
got that.
Woo!
But I used one of my luck inspos.
Mean.
Are you gonna make me re-roll that?
I'm gonna make you re-roll it.
Ah! Okay. Oh no! All right, so that's a total of a 6. That's a 6.
Okay, so initiative is gonna end at this point because this creature steps out and is actually only like 10 feet, kind of a little bit to the left of you, kind of looming behind a tree, kind of in a dark cloak. He has a special cloak, I guess, but that hid him from you. But he holds his hand up, and it looks to be parts of a man. So he has no hair, no eyes, and one big kind of just really toothy smile. But his head is split in two, and his headpieces are resting on gears, and slowly his skull, the top of his skull, is turning with the gear. He's gonna smile, his neck is separated from the rest of his body, and his torso seems to be kind of splayed open with gears as well. And he's gonna sort of turn his hand. But Toddle is gonna be risen up from the ground, and you're gonna see kind of almost like gears kind of starting to develop around him, and they're gonna hold him there in midair, and he's gonna start kind of a timer in his brain. So you have about 20 seconds to save him. I'm gonna say when, but the gears are gonna start turning the opposite direction, and it's gonna slowly be twisting Toddle's body into two.
I have a question.
Really, really painful. Question before we start the timer. Yes.
I was holding my ray of sickness gun for me to see him. Do I get a shot off or no?
Was that a hold attack or?
I was holding it, but it's up to you. I won't be mad at.
No, it's not your. Well, no, it's free initiative. So yeah, you can try something. You are held though. You are holding it. Like, okay. I don't know what it takes to.
I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna totally leave this up to you, DM. But I'm gonna try to, as I'm like starting to like be held and like these gears are going. I'm gonna try to just shoot him. I might shoot him. I might shoot someone else. But I'm just gonna try ray of sickness.
Okay, I'm gonna let you do it. With disadvantage.
Okay.
But then your body's frozen to the spell.
This one was cocked. Oh, that's not great. Total of what is it? Total of 18 to hit. Wait, disadvantage. No. Total of what's 8 plus 8? 16? 16 to hit.
Yes.
16 hits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be 3 of these. Let's see if this robotic body can get poisoned. I don't know what I'm doing. So that's gonna be 18 points of poison damage if he's not immune.
He's resistant, but not immune.
Okay. And then after I get that shot off, I'm like, ow! I just start screaming as, like, I guess my body is being, like, twisted.
Yeah, it's directed particularly at, like, he could have just used the spine and killed you right away, but he wants to slowly torture you. So you're feeling it in your stomach. You're not feeling pain right now, but it's getting more painful as each gear sort of clicks into place. And dude is just standing there, and free initiative starts now.
For the first time, Calamity is just like screaming in this torturous pain, and nothing is happening. Like, nothing is happening to stop this.
As a reaction to that, I immediately thrust my hand out at this Clockwork Man thing and cast Agonizing Blast.
Oh shit!
And I'm gonna throw 3 beams at him.
Okay.
And wow, literally,
Gotta
hold
save.
on. No, because the agonizing blast is just a version of Eldritch Blast where you add Calamity's charisma modifier
Gotcha.
Just tell all my secrets. Okay.
to the damage roll.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I literally rolled 17, 18, 19 on these 3d20s. Which,
Really?
if you add 8 is 25, 26, 27.
Hell yeah.
All hits.
Hell yeah.
So that's fucking awesome.
Oh my god.
And so each one of those does a d10. Which I guess it would be. So just I'm asking GW, would it be +4 for each beam?
Yep.
Or would it be
For each beam.
That is tight. All right. And I'm going to target specifically the clockwork mechanisms in his head.
Okay.
So 9, 10, 2, that is 21 plus 12, which is 33 total damage.
Okay. Oh shit. Okay.
We're just like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, and his head is going to be gone. But he is definitely bloodied. He is not looking good, but he is still twisting.
Now, another question, GW. Does Hex do the D6 on each of those beams?
Yep.
Sure does.
Fucking A, I love this shit.
And that's gonna be necrotic.
Gotcha.
And
Plus an additional 8 necrotic damage.
plus 8. Mackenzie, is there anything Aberrant's gonna do?
I had a question.
Yes.
Could I cast Luster Restoration in order to free Calamity/Toddle?
No.
Okay. Then I'm gonna. Okay, then can I try to cast like Hold Person as kind of like a kind of a push and pull situation where we're both trying to get you know what I mean? Like we're trying to use when 2 negatives make a positive. That's what I'm trying to
That's a good question. Does that bring
Science! I don't know.
Science. 2 negatives make a positive. If 2 people are holding a person, can that make it so that person's not being held?
Let's see. Hold on.
I'll let you. If not, I can think of something else.
Yeah, go ahead and try it. If I fail it, then I'll
Okay.
say it might do something.
Okay.
Because the spell is cast, but it's a concentration spell, so.
That's true. It is a concentration for 1 minute.
But like an advanced concentration spell for this fucking guy.
Yes. So it says the target must
save.
succeed on a wisdom saving throw. So does that mean I need Calamity/Toddle to make a wisdom saving throw?
No, I do. Because you're casting.
No, you
it.
do. Okay.
Let me see. 16 is my wisdom save.
Fuck. Okay, yeah. I needed. Yeah, it's I think it's 15. I'm at 15 save
Yeah.
DC, so you win.
Okay. At this point, there's little time left. One more person can make a move. Whether it's you, Mackenzie, or Chris, who's gonna do it.
I have a quick question, DM.
Meanwhile, yes.
Does this creature clearly he has like this time clicking now, right? Does he say anything to be or to like
You can't.
hint? Well, no, the creature who's has me in like this like lock position. Like, is he giving? Did he say anything to be like, you have this amount of time? Or
No one knows there's a time limit, but seems urgent because you are now down. You're gonna half your HP at this point.
Okay. I'm gonna shut up. I'm just gonna shut up now. I'm just gonna be quiet.
So, DM, I'm going to leap towards this clockwork man, and almost as if to like land on his chest and like hold onto whatever like clockwork mechanisms I see in the chest.
Okay.
and I'm gonna say, "Let my friend go!" And I'm gonna cast Shocking Grasp.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, do it. Let me see. I forget what shocking grass is. That is saved on me.
Hold on. No, it says lightning springs from your hand to deliver a shock to a creature you try to touch.
Attack
You have
roll.
to melee
Okay.
spell attack. Yeah.
Okay. Fuck me up.
All right, and that's a total of 16.
16. 16 hits.
Whew.
Nice.
So that's 3d8 lightning damage.
Okay.
Where are my d8s? Here we go.
Am I allowed to do something while we're waiting?
Don't forget your D6.
I'm not forgetting my d6.
Let's see the roll first.
Okay.
All right. So 3d8 lightning damage. So that is 19 lightning damage plus 5 necrotic damage.
That's 5. And at that, the monster is going to be killed. Calamity, or technically Toddle, is gonna fall flat to the ground. Released from this spell, the gears are gonna dissipate, and the creature that's standing there, still kind of in your grip, is gonna just sort of almost fade away, like when you burn wood or paper. You know, the parts kind of like fall into the air. And it's going to do this pretty slowly, for starting at the top because he has no head. Starting at the top of his shoulders all the way down to his feet. Calamity body is going to jump down to the ground when there's nothing left to hold. And at that, there's going to be light at your feet. It looks like it's going to form kind of a curved line. And it's going to start lighting underneath the leaves and traveling along the ground. So there's no more initiative, monster's gone, but it looks like there seems to be a pattern forming on the ground.
I run over to Calamity/Toddle and help him up.
Whoa.
Ow. Ow. Everything hurts.
You have potions. You have potions right there, and right there. And you're gonna see like all the sleeves.
I look over.
Don't
over
forget,
at Calamity.
Avaran, you can heal him too.
Oh yeah. Heck. Sorry.
I'm gonna take out a healing potion. What healing potions do you have, Mackenzie? On
For my guy?
Yeah.
Well, I have that bless heroism the potion. I have 1 greater healing. I have 3 normal healing, and spells.
I'm gonna go ahead and take 2 normal healing potions.
I have mass healing
Okay.
word, and I have normal healing word, I think.
All right, I'm just gonna do 2 normal.
I have cure wounds. Do you want me to cure wounds you?
That would be great if you could do that.
I'm gonna take my long hands that feel really long and powerful and strong, and I'm gonna touch him on the head ever so slightly. Give him a little scruffly
head massage.
Yeah, give him a little head massage, a little scruffle. Makes hair all messy, and cast cure wounds.
Good old shocking grasp, man.
I'm gonna look over at
Cool. 15 GW.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. I'm gonna look over at my body. I'm gonna say, thanks, Avaran. I appreciate that.
You've got some really cool powers.
Yeah.
Chris over here having a hell of a time.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna turn to Calamity/Avaran and be like, you did very well with the Harangon magic there.
Yeah, I just, it almost like the magic flowed through me. It just, I didn't know what I was casting. It just almost as if Calamity's body or maybe the entity that he always talks about, maybe that cast the spells. I don't know.
Oh,
Like,
and side note, Calamity usually has like those blitz moments, but that's due to Calamity's own psyche, so you don't have that. You're just rocking his body and some of his abilities. But as far as like the enormous power that sometimes comes out when he's under high stress, you don't have that.
Gotcha. Well, no worries.
Yep.
Also, GW, I don't know. Do I have to keep track of when the wild magic happens, or is that Anne telling me to roll for wild magic?
Either or.
I'll do it for now. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But I'm gonna look at you. I'm gonna say, so that's what it looks like from the other side. Freaky. Okay.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
So, does this place look anything like the place that you went when we were back on that island? Like, remember you guys went through the portal and you got the cube that that brought us here?
DM, does this favor that place that we went through when we were in that portal to get this cube?
Different place.
No, this looks totally different. I've never seen this place before. And you said that there was a light that was carving through like the white ground towards a direction. Is that what you said?
Yeah, it seemed to be traveling through, so it's in a wide curve. So it looks to be forming a shape on the ground.
I'm gonna walk over there. Strangely, because my brain still thinks that I'm in my body, so I'm like waddling. So I'm gonna start out by just like waddling, and then kind of remember that like, oh, I don't have my big feet, and I can just not do that, I guess, which is weird for me. So I'm gonna walk over to what's being carved in the ground with that like tracing of light.
It's as you're walking through, it takes a while because it seems to be a really large shape, and so far it's taken you into a circle, and it seems to be meeting another circle.
DM, how tall is the tree next to me?
It's pretty tall. It's a good, like, 80 feet tall.
Do the branches look like they would support my hair and gun body?
Hair and gone body, yes. Avaran body, debatable.
Then I'm going to try and jump up the branches to get towards the top and look down on whatever pattern this thing is creating.
Okay, roll a survival check.
I will do that.
I want to help if I can. Like I'll be like a stepping stool for him to like hop on.
So roll with advantage then.
Ooh, cool. That was a little better. 15.
15's good. Yeah, you get to the top of the tree, and you see a vast amount of trees, and yeah, at that height you can probably see the shape. That's what you're looking for, right?
Yes.
Okay. It does form this shape on the ground. I'm gonna try to put it in my background. Oh, that's a chair.
Okay.
A Venn diagram.
A Venn diagram.
Oh.
Oh.
It looks like 3 circles crossing each other, and there's like areas that overlap, and then in the middle is where all 3 of them touch.
Well, all right then.
I think maybe we should go there to the middle area.
DM, I'm going to use my highly active toddle brain and see if that is actually a good idea to like walk into these circles to this thing. What should I roll?
Wisdom.
Okay. Toddle brain, go. Okay. Wisdom. That's going to be a total of 18 wisdom.
Yeah, your instincts don't go off as it being a bad idea, because this is testing you. These trials are testing you for some reason in this puzzle box, as far as you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it can't hurt.
So, completely not thinking. I'm just going off of what Calamity just said, and like without like really like thinking about it, my mouth is gonna open and I'm gonna be like, that doesn't seem like too much of a bad idea. with all the things that I'm kind of seeing right now, it seems like that could be fine. I'm not getting any weird pings. Wait, what? And I think to myself, like, what did I just say that? I'm just gonna like walk over there into the center.
Okay.
I'm gonna hop my way over.
And I'm gonna walk normally.
Walk normally.
Nice and lightweight, flexible armor.
Long
Yeah,
legs.
I'm like
Yes.
I'm like doing kind of like these like tickets to the gun show moves, like just kind of total scrawny.
Family fantasy. Thank you for the 34. I don't even. How many years is that? I don't even know. I'm not gonna math right now. But
My
hey,
goodness.
friend.
Like almost 3 years. Oh.
Hey, friend.
Cute.
So yeah, I'm gonna just post up
Yeah.
in the center.
You make it to the middle to this kind of rounded out triangle shape, and it's just glowing.
What color is it glowing?
It's glowing kind of a blue, like whitish blue.
Is it like the Triforce? Like Triforce glowing?
Doo-doo.
Ish, yeah.
I'm gonna keep my my weapon contraption gun thingy at the ready at all times, but I'm
Okay.
going to like just touch this glowing blue triangle with my hand.
It actually feels pretty warm. You sort of feel it kind of surge through your body a little bit, almost like it's its own organism, kind of feeling you out. But that's
I'm
about it.
preparing the sword just in case something pops up. I'm the crystal clankety sword.
You
Oh,
got
that's DM trauma. My bad. There was other weapons ready.
you guys. It feels like it's ridding my body, like it's filling me out, like it's a living thing. It feels warm.
Okay. And I reach down. So with one hand, I kind of just summon my will to ready a spell, and like little purple crackling energy goes up and down, my paws, I guess. And with the other paw/hand, I reach down and touch my side of the triangle, I guess.
Yeah, and same kind of thing. It starts to travel up your arm into your chest a little bit, and
Ooh.
it sinks back down.
Oh, how dare you? Anyway, sorry. I was just looking at what Colin did.
So we all have to touch a part of the triangle. Is that?
We don't know, but both me and Calamity are
Maybe.
touching it. I look to Avaran.
Okay. I'm gonna walk over and also touch a part of the triangle.
Same dealio. Travels up your arm, feels it a little bit, but no sound. It's still quiet. Still trees and fog and light.
DM, with my highly sophisticated toddle brain,
Yes.
do I know what
Best.
that mechanical creature was that attacked us?
Roll a history check.
All right, let's see.
Yeah. Can I actually roll a history check
Sure.
too?
Yeah. Use your brains.
Oh, I only got a 12.
Hey, why the hell not?
Yeah.
I have my
Oh,
number.
I don't know what it is.
Okay.
I rolled
I don't
a
know what it is either.
I rolled a total of 17.
17's pretty good. Yeah, there are many creatures like this. This is just the form it took. It's a type of like kind of dark. It's a dark wizard, I guess. It's someone who's totally. It's like almost half warlock, half wizard, where they were studying the arts of magic, but then I guess wasn't living up to the standard of whatever academy they went to, and so turned to the demons that were kind of ruling the world, are currently ruling it, to gain more power and more intellect, and it actually mutated them into this creature.
Without meaning to, I open my mouth and say everything you just said to the team.
Yeah.
Just like a wave of smart.
Lovely excuse, dude. Being toddle's great. He does smart things. Smart people things.
And then at the end, I'm just like, why do I know that?
And you probably spurred off a little bit too, like, there's also debate whether they still have a soul or not, where the soul goes, and whether the original wizard is still there. And
I start saying all these things. And why can't I stop talking?
You can't turn it off. It just happens.
Okay. Well, since nothing is happening, maybe. Maybe let's try moving to the next space that's connected. So right now we're in the center, which all three are connected. So maybe let's just separately walk to the next place where two are connected, little ringlets.
okay.
That makes sense because we are two people connected right now.
Whoa.
Mind and body. Oh.
And as I'm like doing like the whole like physical like brain explosion, I'm like slowly walking back to the next little triangle with the two ringlets.
So the next triangle portion, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Like the semi-center. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it.
Does anyone else do that?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I totally
same.
did that as you were doing it.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, nothing happens. It's still lighting up, and little lights are like dancing. They're like doo-doo-doo.
Do the lights change at all?
No.
Is it edible? I'm very tempted to just stick this in my mouth.
It'll taste like dry leaves.
I want to consume such a thing because I don't know what else to do. So I'm gonna do the child thing where you just stick it in your mouth.
Maybe as we, I don't know how big the circles are. If we were standing in each of our respective sections, would we still be able to join hands?
No. You can
Okay.
see each other though.
Is there like a spell or an action we all have in common? Oh, we all have god things. I'm gonna actually walk over to Calamity/Toddle real quick, and I'm gonna pull out a book or a scroll rather. That's probably more scrolly, and just start reading up about our gods and see if there's anything related to that, and like why our gods would.
You just keep opening and like you are tall too, so I just see you like bending down and like just opening up,
through your own cloak.
opening my clothes and like going in certain pockets.
Yeah, just like going in there. He's like
That's exactly what he's doing.
Cloak. He knows where everything is on his person.
I'm just standing there like a kid, just like, okay, mom.
Sorry.
No, I'm kidding.
Like,
Sorry.
audience, imagine someone walking up to you and just sticking their hands in all your pockets.
It's like, gotta get that.
Ooh,
Gotta get there.
okay, all right.
You know. Sorry, it's weird, but I have to get my things.
Well, Toddle
Consenting.
or Mackenzie,
Yes.
as you grab the book and you step back into your own ring, your ring lights up orange.
Okay, well, so what does that mean?
Wait, like the outermost ring?
Yeah, one of the spheres or circles, like that, whatever Mackenzie is or Everin is standing in, lights up.
Quick, hand me a book too.
I only have I only have like one or two, like, I'm gonna try to pass the book over to Calamity/Averin.
And yeah, Averin, you grab it, and Averin's sphere lights up.
What color?
Calamity, orange as well.
I'm going to step out into the outermost ring, I guess like everyone else. I'm going to say, hey, throw it here, throw it here.
Hey,
Boom.
those are important.
And I grab it.
Yeah, and it lights up.
So wait, are all three of our circles lit up right now?
No, wherever the book goes, it lights up.
Oh.
So when you're holding an item.
Okay.
I see. Okay, oh wait, okay, wait. All right. So this book belongs to Toddle, and I look over at Avaran, who I know Toddle is in Avaran right now. So I'm gonna toss the book over to Avaran's body.
Okay.
Okay. Uh. Okay. Toddle, I point to Avaran's body. Give Avaran his sword, his snake sword. Throw it to him.
You want the snake sword or the crystal sword?
Snake sword.
Or another sword?
Snake sword!
Which sword?
Give him
What?
the
What
snake
is the
sword!
snake sword? What is the snake sword? The one that has god powers?
I don't think the swords have the god powers. I just think that's in me or you or you know.
Okay, I'm gonna just I'm gonna slide both of them over and just like
And
slide them over.
and Kenzie, you're holding your book, right?
That's correct.
Okay, so yeah, Avran and Toddles or okay, Chris and Mackenzie's circles light up orange.
And
Okay.
I'm gonna look at I'm gonna look at my body and I'm gonna talk to Avaran. Avaran, the crystal on your right bracelet, the bracelet. Throw me the bracelet. Yeah.
I take the bracelet off and toss it over to Toddle's body.
And I catch my black crystal bracelet.
I'm so proud of you. The all three spheres light up a bright orange, and they start from the back of the spear and kind of carries a red light towards the center, and beckons you to place those items on the three sections, kind of in between, right before the center section. That makes sense.
Should we do
Yes.
it all to the right of us or the left of us?
Right.
Okay.
Right. I'm gonna put my black crystal bracelet in that triangle
And
to the
I'm
right
gonna,
to the right of me.
Very like it's a lot heavier than I'm used to. Put these swords in the one to the right of me.
Okay.
And the book down to the right.
All right, so we're going to go around the circle. We're going to start with UGW. You are currently in Toddle's body.
Mm-hmm.
Mackenzie, out of all of Toddle's memories, what was Toddle's happiest memory ever in his life?
I would say when he first connected with Lander, when he was sent on the mission to collect Lander, and he met Lander for the first time and realized that like he wasn't going to be doing what he was doing alone.
And you do have that feeling. So you, GW, through your brain, through Calamity's brain, you have these visions of seeing this young tiefling boy kind of dirty and torn up and just reaching for Toddle's hand and holding onto it really tight, really putting all of his trust into Toddle. And you feel Toddle's heart swell up with pride, with joy, with finally never feeling alone ever again. And we're going to go to Chris now. You're currently in Calamity's body, so GW, go ahead and tell Chris what Calamity's happiest memory is.
You are in a town filled with herringon of all colors. Bright, shining, peaceful. You're in this cottage. You see two herringon that kind of tower over you, and you see other herringon somewhat your size, small. You're seeing his family. You see your father bring over this huge pot of boiling like stew, puts it on the table, and all of your brothers and sisters go, "Yay!" And we all run to the table. Your mother, who is this beautiful herringon lady, mostly all white coat with speckles of brown and tan with a crown of flowers, and it just seems to be a flutter of butterflies that follow her around her ears. She picks you up, puts you in place, you being the runt amongst the family, and kiss your head and smiles at you.
And Chris, you feel as Calamity, his heart calm, feeling peace. I think probably one of the last times ever in his life. And through all the trials and terrors that he faces as an adult in the future, he finds his center in that moment. And it's his greatest power and his greatest tool. And Mackenzie, you're in the body of Avaran. So Avaran, or Chris, you tell Mackenzie what is Avaran's happiest memory.
Well, GW kind of stole where I was going with that, so I'm gonna come up with something different. So, Mackenzie, you find yourself, or you remember, being in this kind of a thrilling chase. You're being chased, but you're not afraid. You are laughing, and you look to your side, and there is your brother Davros, and he's laughing, and you feel this sense of companionship and knowing that as long as you have each other, everything is going to turn out fine. And you each have bags of gold in your hand that you're running away with, that you get the sense that maybe was just taken from the people that you're running from, but you don't care about that. You just keep running and laughing, and there's just all seems right in the world.
Yeah. And so Mackenzie, your heart swells with adrenaline, joy, and just, even though the world is just so full of darkness all the time, Avaran has found this bright, happy moment of just having fucking fun, relaxing with family, someone who knows him, I think, more than anybody else in this world. And at that, the light is gonna kind of dim down back to a blue, and you're all just gonna be facing each other. But then there's a giant door that starts to rise up from the center of this Venn diagram and kind of break through the earth, and roots almost combating it, trying to pull the stone of this door down. But it's going to break through all those roots and pull up this really old door with a bunch of runes on the front of it. But then all three of you are going to feel a little bit of pain in your chest, and then the pain is going to increase. Almost like a nail is being dragged across the skin of your chest. And if anyone looks, there's going to be, on one side of your chest, the left side of your chest, it's going to be the shape of almost like an angelic wing, like a really white feathered wing. And it's going to kind of still have that same orange glow. And it's going to be a permanent mark on your body. And that's where we're gonna take our break.
Oh, right.
I forgot about that. Once again.
Tattooed once again, exactly. But yeah, so see you in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And it ruined my taco salad.
Oh, yeah.
They heard you the entire time.
Pelicans can do that. Anyway,
Yep.
So welcome back, everyone.
Not the seagulls.
Our break is over, so you have just a couple of minutes left to enter the giveaway if you haven't already.
Do it!
Exclamation critical in the chat to enter the giveaway, and then we're going to draw our winner soon.
Thanks for reminding me about the title, Colin. My bad.
Colin keeping us in check, dude.
I know. Heroes of
Bless
Salon
Colin.
is on Wednesday.
Was.
All right, and back to you.
Okay. Let's go and draw a winner.
Right. Okay. Let's see. How many do we have on here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. So I'm gonna roll a d6.
Sweet.
4 of which are us.
I haven't. I want to get some dice.
Good luck, all. 3. Who's 3?
Looks
1, 2, 3. Tig! Story time
Yep.
by Tig. Congratulations. You have
Congrats
just
on the
won.
dice.
Rigged.
Very nice.
Rigged!
Honestly,
He's got the whole set.
I think that's how you show that it's not rigged, when 2/3 of the people entered are the people in the show.
All right. Oh Lord.
All right. Oh, I have 9% on my phone. Look at that. All right. Back to you, Win.
Get
All
you
right.
charged up.
So everyone just got to feel the characters that they were avataring. I don't know how to say that. But
That was fun. Oh, we gotta switch it now.
yeah, and so actually when you're looking up at your or looking down at your chest, you'll see kind of the image of half of a wing, or so one of the wings of what looks to be a feathery white bird, so an angel wing. But when you look up at each other, you're going to notice that you're in your normal bodies again. You have switched back.
Yay.
And
Oh, thank God.
and as that happens, and as you notice, these are your own hands, the door, the runes on the door that are glowing almost like a red start to turn dark. And out of the crevices of the door where the runes are carved in, the door is going to start bleeding. And then it's going to open very slowly into kind of a black abyss. Do you enter?
I'm currently hugging myself.
Yeah, same. I'm Toddle's like, oh god, oh my, and he's actually gonna be like looking and making sure all of his things are there, checking his inventory.
Fuck me, that hurt. Did it hurt you guys as it was putting this fucking wing on your chest?
It really hurt. I didn't want a tattoo.
It still burns.
Toddle can't see it because he's like got layers and layers of shit, so he's gonna be like, oh, there's something there now? Great.
I'm gonna pick up a handful of leaves and just kind of toss it into the doorway.
You'll see actually the leaves are gonna sort of slowly land, and then wherever the leaves land, almost like if you were to cast the light on leaves, it casts its own shadow. Within the shadow, instead of the darkness that it's in, it's gonna look like a tile floor.
Okay. No. I'm gonna do one of these like where I clap everybody, like clap Avaran, kind of like, I guess it would be kind of towards his like upper back torso, and Calamity kind of like on his back, and just be like, oh, let's go.
DM, is the door still bleeding? I know it's open, but is it still like bleeding?
Yeah,
What color is the blood?
it's red.
Can I take some?
I don't like this.
Can I take some in a vial?
Sure.
Yay. Blood from puzzle.
I'm gonna get behind the real Toddle now, and I will move at their pace whenever they decide to move in or not.
Who's going
Oh,
first?
oh well, lads, nothing ventured, nothing gained. And I go in.
Okay, you're gonna be the first to enter. Wherever you step, it's literally all it is blackness. But as soon as you step your foot down, you are gonna feel tile floor. Do you go further?
What sort of tile?
It's actually stone. It's like raw stone tile. And it almost looks like jasper. It's very ornate, kind of pretty.
Gotcha.
Do you keep going?
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say if I could cast. I think I have. Maybe I got rid of it. I thought I had something that could like light up an area. Maybe flaming sphere. Could I cast flaming sphere to see if it lights up the area?
That is the most destructive nightlight I've ever heard of. But you
Yeah.
can.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna like go in here, grab my thing, and be like, okay, let's see if this does anything, and like shoot it up in the air and see if.
Okay, well, it goes into this area, and you'll notice that it does light, like the embers sort of light what looks to be giant pillars. So it does look like a whole, almost like the center of a cathedral. So there's buttresses and arches and things like that. Wherever the kind of flames sort of light up the side of the wall, but it's still pretty dark. Even with that freaking ball of light. But Avran, you are noticing the further you go in, your vision seems to get a little bit more clear.
Okay. I'm gonna keep like my left foot firmly planted and just kind of like tap my right foot in front of me, just like, oh, okay, what's in front?
Yeah, and it's just more tile. It looks to be like a small hallway.
Okay. Then I'm also then gonna take my snake sword and just kind of wave it in front of me as well, because hey, there could be, a buzzsaw like right there.
Fair enough. And it has a pretty good reach, but doesn't hit anything.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of shuffle along like that, like
Yeah, the further you go in, the more you can see. So the flaming sphere.
We're right behind Avaran, right, Mackenzie?
Yeah. Avran's the first to go in.
Yes.
Okay.
Toddle's flaming sphere is sitting in the center of this room.
Okay.
And so Avran, as you step in, it's still kind of a dark abyss minus this sphere. So you're just kind of heading towards the sphere that Toddle set for you.
I was gonna say, flaming sphere can also move. Like I can move it too.
Okay. Are you moving it anywhere? Are you moving it?
Yeah. Let's move it towards those pillars more.
Okay. So the further you go in, your vision starts to get a little bit clear, as if once you're in the darkness, you almost start to almost feels like you're regaining your vision. And this room starts to be more and more clear. So you're starting to notice the detail, which is really rich detail. There's different types of really ornate stone that make these pillars. There doesn't seem to be any scribing, any photos that you see. You just kind of see stone. And that's about it. The whole thing seems to be made of stone. There are some sconces that line this hallway before it enters the big space of this room, but there's nothing in the sconces. But as you go into the center, are you going to keep going?
I'm going to have the flame sphere go across all the sconces and light them all up. Okay.
And yeah, that does work. It does light them one at a time as it goes through. And it does actually makes it easier for everyone behind you to see where they're going.
Okay.
And as you go in towards the center of this place, it's going to be just an empty room with like really tall ceilings. It seems to be like where there would be like painted ceilings, like in the grand cathedrals or whatever. There's nothing really there. It seems to be just darkness. But in the center of the room, you're going to notice what looks to be a short sword, almost like in between. It's just a really long dagger, and it's curved. It looks like it's brand new, never been used. And then behind that dagger is going to be a woman chained to the floor, asleep. A human woman.
Is that a Slay the Princess reference?
I don't think she's supposed to be there.
Where do you suppose she's supposed to be?
Not chained to a floor.
You don't know what she's done to deserve her fate.
I guess not. I'm going to, how far away would you say that I am from the dagger in the ground, DM?
I would say like 40 feet by now. The dagger is, might actually be tall. You'd have to hop and grab it, but it's just suspended in air.
Oh, I see.
In the middle of the room. Yeah, the woman is a little further back, almost against the back of the wall of the cathedral.
I am going to So it's 40 feet away from me and it's expended in air. Roughly how far does it look in the air? How?
Like 8 feet.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to hop up and just be about 15 feet away from the dagger.
Okay.
And as I get within 15 feet of it, does it? Can I make out any of the features better now that I'm closer?
You are. You can also roll investigation
Okay.
or a detailed look-see.
Let's see what we got here. Oh wait, no, that's the total die. All right, here we go. Of course, yeah, I'm back in my body, you guys.
Hooray.
How nice.
Investigation. My investigation comes to a total of. Where are you? Here we are. That's gonna be a total of 3.
3.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a dagger. It does look like it is decorated with something, and it's floating there. It's pretty high up.
I'm the tallest of the 3 of us, so I'm sure I could see it more clearly if I get close. Can I also do?
Yes, you can. Yeah.
All right. Good roll. Good roll. Good roll. Yeah,
Garrus,
8.
get off the desk, please.
Roll a
chat.
roll a d4. Why don't you?
Well, actually, excuse me. Would I be doing perception or investigation?
Investigation.
All right, then yeah.
Roll a
Are you
d4.
I will roll a d4.
Wait, what was the roll? I missed it.
The roll was 8.
Eh.
And I add 4 to it, so.
That's
Nice.
fine. Yeah, you can see there on the looks like the end of the blade, not the end, right by the grippy part. Don't gift that. It looks like
One more time?
The grippy part.
What's embroidered on the side of the blade looks to be a wing, but almost a bat, like demonic wing.
Oh, okay. I don't like the look of this, lads.
Is as Avaran points it out. Is it so? It's one bat wing that's engraved on this dagger.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the left wing or the right wing?
The right wing. Left. The opposite of the wing you have on your chest, if that's what
Yeah.
you're getting.
Okay,
So we-
yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a regular like bird looking wing on our left hand, angelish wing on our left hand side, right?
Yeah.
So that one is on the right side of the dagger.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. What if we send the familiars to go get it? To go get everything?
Ah, I like the way you're thinking there, Tottle.
Yeah,
So
I
I
feel
grab-
like my wisdom's back.
So I grab my amulet and summon Niam. And I tell Niam, all right, my winged friend, I need you to retrieve that dagger.
And he does. He follows suit really quickly, might I add, and his wings are very silent until he stops in midair to kind of hover lightly above the dagger and grabs it with his talons with no issue. And actually goes and carries it to you and drops it in your hands before landing again on your shoulder.
Well, that didn't seem to do anything.
Now for the woman, and I'm gonna get the bottle that has my willow seed in it, and I'm gonna over my back. I'm gonna grab it real quick and uncork it, and
Okay.
let the willow seed go. And
Flop, 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 flop.
I was gonna say it's gonna do a little dance, and then I'm gonna send it over to the woman to see if anything happens.
Okay, yeah, he's gonna make his way over and kind of a little like scrappy little fella. So he's gonna go over to her. She's still gonna be fast asleep. Kind of take a look-see, but he's gonna reach down and sort of take out a couple of roots. Like roots are gonna sort of come up, like they're kind of coiled around his body, and is gonna sort of kind of give her a little cop and feel. And she's gonna wake up and not really realize where she is. She's gonna look at her hands and the chains and look at this plant creature with like giant sharp teeth as a mouth, and she's gonna start screaming.
No, don't do that, don't do that. And I'm gonna walk over.
Yeah, and the willow seed is just like, hello, and then she's gonna try to like she's gonna smack it in the face and like shove it away, and she's gonna kind of sit up and like kind of scoot herself back against the wall, and she's gonna try to catch her breath.
She's
So
okay. And then I'm gonna try to grab the willow seed and get it away from her.
so I guess she still has kind of a certain level of freedom of movement since she is chained to the ground, but she can still like move
She
away
has
and stuff.
slack. Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna kind of hop from behind Avaran. What did you do to end up here?
And she's gonna be a little bit more calm, seeing as it's a rabbit talking to her, and she finds it really adorable. When you are close, you are gonna notice she's young. She's like maybe 18. Um, she's gonna have long brown curly hair that's braided and still not disheveled or anything, like almost freshly braided, like she just got ready in the morning and ended up here. She's wearing kind of a yellow dress, with like a green sash. It looks like almost an apron. Um, and she didn't even hear the question. She is just trying to recollect herself, and she's looking at all of you.
Excuse me.
How long have you been here?
I don't know.
Do you
Where
feel
am I?
weak at all? Do you feel weak at all? How do you feel in your body?
I feel okay. My heart's going.
Okay.
Are you hungry at all?
I don't think so. Where are we?
That is a very good question.
What is this place?
We're inside a ball. Not a ball. We're inside a sphere. No, we're
A
inside a
box.
box.
A
Never mind.
box.
We're inside a box. We're inside a cube.
Okay.
What's the last thing you remember?
I was making bread with my mom. And then she starts like kind of choking up, like trying not to cry. She's like,
Insight check.
Same.
Okay.
I'll do it too. Yeah.
15.
I got a dirty 20.
Nice.
30, 20, 15.
My insight was a total of 15.
15. Okay, I mean, pretty good. She seems like a chick and seems like she don't know where the fuck she is. So far, seems pretty genuine. Seems pretty shaken up. But you know, her reaction is very, I mean, she's living in the same world y'all are, so I'm sure she's been in situations almost similar to this, but you can tell she has a really bad feeling about where she's at.
What in relation, like, I guess I'll ask as Toddle, why are you here? Why are you in this box that I picked up?
I don't know.
You were just swept away?
Yeah, I mean, I live in the village with my mom and my 3 brothers. We sell bread. I don't know why I'm here.
Any, magical forces or anything playing an effect? As I say that, before she even responds, I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
Oh, yeah. On her, you detect no magic, except you do detect. It's actually, you can't identify specifically what type, but her chains are definitely magical in this whole place. And she's just starting to have a little bit of a panic attack at this point.
I hop over and I start investigating the chain. Is it just that her legs are chained, or her arms are is her arms chained too?
Her wrist, her ankles, and her waist.
Okay, I'm gonna hop over and start looking at the chains by like picking them up, touching them, and looking at them.
Yeah, and they look they look like they're made of metal. They look pretty normal, but you notice your paw, your hand, when it's holding the chain, there seems to be like a gap of space, almost like you're holding a casing of magic over the chains.
Ooh. I say this out loud so everyone can hear it.
Now, no matter how much you try to pinch your fingers, you can't actually touch the metal itself.
That's so weird.
I just, because I have a curious mind, I go up to. I want to feel like what it feels like too.
Okay. And yeah, it feels like you're holding chains.
Mhm.
But like you're gonna try to say you run your thumb over like the cuff that's on her wrist. It looks like there's texture, but you can't feel it. It's almost like you're touching I don't know, like a piece of plastic, or just your fingers definitely feel something's there.
Hmm.
So
I'm gonna.
I'm
Oh,
I'm holding the chain and I'm looking at it, and I instinctually go to be like, as I let go of the chain. But when I let go of the chain, I just start to like, It's like the shadow of my black paw is still holding the chain in place.
Yeah.
And the shadow of my black paw like starts to kind of grow and become more like gnarled with like deep claw fingers, as it's almost trying to rip the chain out of the ground.
and girl is screaming when she sees this.
Calamity screams, ah! 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 Like we're all screaming, because this is the first time that Calamity's mage hand has manifested itself, and it's just like,
And yeah, it doesn't
Don't
budge.
gift that either.
oh shit,
Yeah.
fuck. Oh, okay.
But yeah, she is freaking out, and she just starts sobbing. And she's asking herself, like, with under her breath, like, why me? Why always me? Like, why me?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. And the hand fades away.
I look down at my other hand and see, the dagger still in it, and I'm gonna try and touch the chain with the blade of the dagger.
Nothing happens. The dagger can't penetrate the metal either.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn to Calamity and Avaran and say, "Do you think she's a sacrifice?" The door was raining blood.
Probably.
Dun, 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 dun.
Probably.
Does she hear this? Do you say this out loud?
Ooh.
Yes. Are you a
God.
sacrifice? Are you like?
At that, she is going
What
to
have you
try to.
done?
She's gonna try to run from all of you.
She's
and
not.
Where's she
she's
going?
gonna-
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like, she's in chains.
She gets 5 feet away, and the chains pull her down to the
Yeah.
ground. But she is like, her wrists and
Well,
ankles are almost bleeding from like pulling herself away from you.
we're not gonna sacrifice you. We're not that type of crowd. I'm just saying that's probably the intended purpose of you.
So, help me out here. You said she's got chains on her wrists, her ankles, and her waist.
Yeah, there's like a big cuff that's around the small of her waist.
So 3 different, points on her body. So 1, 2, 3, and there's 3 of us.
Mm-hmm.
What a bad time
Aver-
not to have heat metal. But go on.
Yeah, heat metal while it's on her. Averin is not going to say anything to Calamity and Toddle, but just has this kind of notion. And, worst case scenario, he sheds a little bit of blood. He takes the dagger and slices his hand
Okay.
and places his hand on the chain again.
Ooh, interesting. The blood touches the chain and actually does sink in through that whatever barrier is, and
Mhm.
does kind of bleed over the texture of the chain. And you're gonna see, if you look up and all around you, you're gonna see almost murals start to appear on all of the cathedral ceiling and walls.
What are the murals of?
The murals are of a huge demonic army. And it looks like they're all standing at attention. So there's like a big mural on the left side of the flat wall, and it's that army, and it's standing there, and it has the symbol of an angel wing and a demon wing. And then on the front, there's just the symbol of the angel wing and demon wing. but above you, it looks like there's almost like trials. So there's one trial where it's just a group of warriors and they look like kings. Like, and if you were to date back to the old war, this doesn't look that familiar. So this war is probably even older. But they look like it's four men and they're all clad in like very different looking armor and like symbolism. Their armies behind them all have different flags. And they seem to be standing in that same kind of like Venn diagram that you were standing in earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next one was a bleeding gate. And then the third one is of a woman that's covered in blood, hanging from the front of the cathedral. And she looks, and the girl, while you're investigating, the girl's looking too, and she just almost gives up, kind of slumps down, kind of holds her knees close to her chest and just cries.
When she, so what's been kind of going on in Calamity's mind, the last thing she said, why is it always me? Why is it always me? It's been kind of going in his head. And I'm going, after I kind of look from the depictions of the trials, from the walls and the ceilings, and kind of seeing her kind of silently give up, I'm gonna hop to her, and I'm gonna say, it's always me too. I know how you feel.
And she kind of looks up at you and just like reaches out her hand.
And I reach out my hand to her and I lower my very, very high collar and show her the hairless slit on my throat that's been scarred over. And I kind of grab her hand. I know.
And she grabs it real tight. She holds it, and her hand is shaking really bad. But she tries to steady it, and she just looks back down and keeps crying.
I'm gonna take out that magical black mask that I have that I got from Hell that can see invisibility and stuff. I'm gonna take that out. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna put it over my face and look at the chains.
Ooh.
Because I remember when in Hell, not only could I see invisibility, but like I saw
smart.
magic and other stuff.
You did. You see very similar. You know the pillars that the first pillar that you destroyed, like the giant sphinx that you attacked,
mm-hmm.
and you took down that pillar.
Mm-hmm.
Same magic, same color aura that's coming just off of her.
Off of her or the chains?
Her.
Oh shit. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna rub her hands and, you know, kind of give the kind of like rub of like furry comfort. And then I'm going to hop over to the gang and tell them privately, secretly. So, this mask lets me see certain magics and invisibility and different things. And I whisper to them, when I looked at her, she had the same energy as the Sphinx we fought in Hell. What does that mean?
I feel like, and this is me whispering back, I feel like if she has the same sort of magic that comes from creatures in Hell, and if this dagger has a demonic wing on it, she may be a demon.
Think. DM, I'm going to like try to think, because I just got done being Tuttle and being able to like think really well and really like strategically and all that other stuff. I'm gonna pray that there's like anything that was a little bit left over from when I was smart. I'm gonna try to connect the dots to see if, like, does that mean she's a demon? Does that mean she's one of the turrets? Does that mean if we free her, is it good if we free her? Is it bad? Like, I'm trying to like
Let's fire those synapses. Roll for intelligence.
Okay. Okay.
Um, while you're doing that, I also just turn to them, Calamity and Amaran again, and just say, you know, we could slay her and then I can bring her back to life. I've been working on this potion. It's Revivify.
I'm just kind of like shocked, like, what? Like on my face, I'm just like, what?
Yeah, I can do that now. I found this, and you're just gonna see him twirling this, like, really beautiful potion that sparkles and it's bright cream colored and.
Luck and inspo to Toddle because Slayer.
Yeah! Raining blood! Dun, dun,
Nice.
dun. That's such a good song. I love that song.
DM, what did I roll for her? You asked me to make a roll. What was that?
Intelligence.
Intelligence roll.
Yeah.
So I got a
Big DM hint.
I got an unnatural 20.
Okay, that's good. So, okay, I'm not not natural 20 giveaway, but
Oh, come on.
Way to go,
Considering-
GW.
considering all of what Toddle has witnessed, you have witnessed, and what you've been told, when you were facing this turret, and when you met the, oh my gosh, what's that? Azamar.
Mm-hmm.
He was telling you that you destroyed the first turret, which was one of the most difficult ones, and you released the undead, which kind of initiated this giant war,
Mm-hmm.
which has been needing to happen for a while. Not much is known about the lengths of how deep this war can go, but you witnessed in hell that this army they were building is almost, in your eyes, infinite. And so that started. But
100 years ago, mind you.
yes, and you did hear from the Azamar that there are 4 specific. I don't know if you remember, but there are 4 specific turrets that you can take down to really, really cripple the Hellish army or the Dark army.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't tell you like what to do with the turrets. You just know the first one was destroyed. Like you had to destroy it and break that link.
Mm-hmm.
As far as how she correlates, why she has the same magic, you haven't seen that magic, or Toddle hasn't in his years of living either. Knows what that magic really is. It seems to be really unique. As far as her and your kind of judgment of character, things like that, she seems normal to you. But that's all you got.
Toddle, Toddle, how difficult is it to make to make that potion?
Well, I can do one right now. Let me see. Yeah, I have spell slots, so I can cast this at the ready. It's yeah, it doesn't require anything, so.
I do share all of that thought process with the team as well, so that we're on the same page.
Okay.
So theoretically speaking, if I were to just plunge this dagger right into her, and her death doesn't bring about any sort of change or get us out of this box, we could just bring her back.
Well,
All right. I'm gonna keep that one right up here for now.
So, what happens if we die in this box?
I don't know. I've never died in this box before.
You don't have to make fun of me, Everett. I was just asking a question. I don't know how it works. You're supposed to be the paladin or whatever.
You're the one that got you two, or the one that got this box from that portal. I was just holding on to the rope.
I'm having fun, so this is all fun for me. I personally liked being Aberran, so.
Is there anything else that we could possibly what if we just try to break the chains? Maybe the chains are tethering her or whatever, and maybe if we break them, then if she is like some kind of embodiment of the turret, maybe that counts as, freeing stopping the turret thing.
Do either of you have a way to break this magic?
I'm gonna turn around.
Restoration.
I'm gonna turn around. And I'm just gonna go. Ah! And I am going to just ask for help and whatever. And these almost invisible bolts of energy that like in mid flight kind of turn into kind of like more blacky smokish energy, and it's going to attack the center, like the center chain that's kind of being tethered to the ground.
Okay.
I have identified,
Do it.
by the way.
All right. All 3 of these bolts are going to the same chain. Is there AC to hit this chain?
No.
Okay. So here we go. It's gonna be
What's the damage?
these 3. That was kind of sucky. So it's gonna be a total of 21 points of force damage.
21. Nothing happens.
Okay, well that didn't work.
Okay, hang on. So Toddle's gonna like reach into his cloak and he's gonna pull out what looks like a magnifying glass.
Mm-hmm.
And this is him casting Identify, and I'm gonna like put it on the chain and try to scope it out.
Okay, you see from this spell, it looks like it's a combination of things.
Okay.
You don't know exactly what, but you do know it was handcrafted magic. It looks like it's really old magic too. And even in like, you know, what wizards study, there's no information on it anywhere. What else can I tell you? Let me pull up this.
Yeah, I was like, it kind of identifies quite a bit.
Yeah. Who did it? How it does. It looks like the magic is bound specifically to her only.
Okay.
Not even to the facility, but like to her. And it looks like the magic isn't just in the chains, but it kind of stretches beyond that. As in, you almost like you can see it, like it's a web that goes just infinitely into the floor. Like something is puppeteering it from deep below.
Okay. I'm gonna write all that down, and I'm gonna let the other 2 know.
Okay.
About what I just saw, and I'm almost out of spell slots. So.
DM, those 3 images that appeared on the wall, you said they were tapestries, or was it like stained glass, or?
Paintings.
Paintings, okay. I am just on a whim. I'm going to cast Firebolt on the painting of the chained, bloodied woman.
Okay. And I'm gonna say you just do it.
Yep.
And it goes and it hits. And, I mean, it starts to burn away the paint. Yeah, it obstructs the image. But as far as that, nothing else happens.
I really hope that would work.
It was a good idea.
I'm going to look at the team, and then I'm gonna. My ears are gonna slowly fall as you guys kind of see like a sad understanding of what we feel like we have to do. Currently, Avran is holding the dagger with the bat wing, correct?
Yep.
So I'm gonna hop over, and I'm going to like turn the dagger like in your hand and like have you grasp onto it. Like I'm gonna put my little hands around yours, kind of like signal to you to hold it, like hold it tight and kind of like be ready.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to hop over to the girl, and I'm like, as I'm midway through the hop, I'm like looking back at the team, like, get ready. And I'm going to kind of turn her around. I'm going to attempt to turn her around away from the team, so her back is facing my partner, so she can only look at me. And I kind of like, since I'm small, I see her kind of like on her knees looking at me. But I'm gonna like take her hands, and I'm gonna muster all the courage I have to lie to this woman. And my eyes are gonna go big and my ears are gonna shoot up with hope. And I'm gonna say, it's gonna be okay.
And without even a delay of that, like I wait for just that, him to say that, her focus to be on him, and plunge the dagger in her back.
Oh. Okay.
And tears are running down my eyes as I'm just like staring into her eyes. I'm sorry.
As
So
you're
now-
Okay.
Yeah.
as you're turning her attention towards you, she knows what's happening. Like she knows. And she's shaking and like trying to look away, but like keeping her face on you and like looking at you with her eyes are just full of tears and her face is wet. And she's holding you and trying to grab your hands and like kind of trying to listen to your voice and
It's okay.
almost preparing herself.
It's okay.
Before she can like before instincts even kick in to try to save herself, the dagger goes into her back. And Avran, you do this all the time, but you notice with her, like, you almost just feel her body and her body inside, like, reacting to the dagger. You feel it go through her rib cage and into her lung. And
It's okay.
she sits there, and before she can speak, she can't. And then she's gonna kind of reach over and kind of grab the part of her. There's a little bit of the dagger sticking right through her.
Mhm.
And she's gonna be shaking her head at you, Calamity.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
And she's crying, and she can barely speak. And she's trying to find the words to say. And she says, "Tell my family I'm sorry. I don't want to die. What's it like? What's it like when you die?" And she's asking you.
And I lean in, my lips near her ear, and I say, "It's easy as falling asleep."
And then she looks, and then her eyes do glaze back, and she just slumps forward, quiet. The dagger sticking out of her back.
Onto me.
Yep. And at first there's silence. Nothing happens. All there is Calamity's tears and the fire from all of the sconces. And then the cathedral, the fireball that's been going this whole time, probably, just kind of disappears from sight. And you find yourself kind of suspended in midair in darkness, kind of like the dagger was. And you see like a white floor just like really quickly start heading your direction from deep below and slows down and touches your feet. And you're on this just white floor. Not really a floor, it's actually almost looks like snow, but it's not cold or anything. And there is someone standing there. And she is beautiful. Very long, wavy red hair. It looks like she's wearing like a little bit of a circlet on her head. She is fully clad in armor. Like her armor is dark though. It almost looks like it's made of just black metal obsidian. And it's just kind of shiny, brand new, hasn't been torn up by war. But she has a shield on her back, and that sucker is. It's full of like still embedded pieces of stone and from probably arrows, slices from just ages and ages of battle. And her face is fair. She has really pretty green eyes. And her elven ears are actually longer than the elves that you're used to nowadays. Like, almost like she's an elf from way back then. And they're very long and they go all the way back. And they're decorated in pretty gold pieces. She's holding a broadsword in front of her. And her eyes are closed at first, but when you all turn to notice her, she opens them and they're all white. And that's where we're going to end the show for today. We'll find out who she is at the next episode and
whether she'll kill us.
whether
Yeah.
she'll kill us or not. But at that, all three of you, as you're looking at her before we close, you are going to feel that familiar burning on your chest. And it starts to form the bat wing. But that's it. So we'll see what the hell happened, what y'all got. I'm going to tell them after the show, but y'all are going to find out next time.
What have we done?
It's all your fault, Calamity. I didn't want to do it.
I didn't want to do it, Ayla! Okay. Let me
I'm just
find
here.
someone to raid.
I'm just here existing.
Yep. Yep.
Oh.
You should have gone into that portal to get that box.
Trust me, it's worth it.
Well, if you didn't make a cat fight outside the portal, you could have probably been in the portal to make sure we didn't get the box anyway. But whatever.
I was holding the rope to make sure you guys made it back.
That's true.
The cat fight had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, being
Ex-
stuck
other
there
than
would suck.
other than put me in an awkward situation.
That was great. That
I
was a
love,
win.
I love how they
Okay,
rolled
great.
initiative on each other.
Right.
All right,
Anyway.
I have found someone. Let me see if I can spell the name right. There we go. Dungeon Scrawlers. We're gonna go say hey to them.
What's the
Nice.
hashtag?
Oh, right. That's you and
Y'all are
Mackenzie's job.
small.
Y'all
Y'all
are
are small.
Y'all are small.
Small.
All right, let's let Mackenzie and Chris write that out and put in their emojis and things so we can raid in with this message. You made us kill an innocent girl today.
I did.
Ah.
You had to earn it. You had to earn it.
I hate it.
I guess we'll figure out the consequences of our actions later.
So while well, damn, they're both typing. I'm gonna Anne, how did you enjoy switching your player characters?
I thought it was fun. I don't know. I just wanted to see what y'all would do. I wanted to do it way back then, because like the little glowing bread rolls you got, like back when you were playing with Nate.
Mm-hmm.
Those did that, but none of y'all ate it. So I was like, I'm gonna put it in this game no matter what.
All right, perfect. I'm gonna
Oh,
copy.
let me add the hashtag. Hang on.
Add the hashtag. Okay.
Mackenzie, whose face is that?
Kappa. Kappa.
Kappa face.
Oh.
It's so small.
It's
there
a tiny Kappa.
Copy. All right, everyone in chat, copy Mackenzie's message. The y'all small Kappa, y'all small Kappa, y'all small Kappa. And when we enter into Dungeon Scrawlers, we are just going to give them a wall of. Oh, I like that one. I'm gonna let me copy that one with the hashtag. Yeah, copy. We are gonna give them a wall of this message to show our love.
Yes.
So start.
Not saying the channel is small, that we are small.
I was gonna say
That
hopefully
we
they
are
don't take
small.
offense.
That we are small. So everybody get in there. Get in there, everyone. Are we all in there? All right. Until next week, fellow. What's the word? I just used it today.
Enablers?
Well,
Cablers.
no, cryptids. I just used it on you guys today.
Cryptids.
I like cryptids for this. All right, fellow cryptids. Until next time. Actually, Andy, you want to do the sign out? DM?
Yeah. Have a spooky Monday.
Oh, God. Okay,
I
bye,
know.
guys.
Just another
Bye.
manic Monday.